What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about something probably a little more serious than anything I've mentioned in a while. What I mean by that, though, is this is probably more mental health than anything. Keep in mind, I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, or anything like that. No background besides taking a few classes in college with psychology. But I know an unhealthy situation when I see one sometimes, at least. Okay, and it involves a past school I was at, martial arts school. And I used to, probably 7 years ago now, I used to take Krav Maga. And if you're not familiar, it's an Israeli martial art, and it's really supposed to be like the most practical type of like street fighting type thing, whatever. So nothing to get into. But so it's something I really always wanted to train, and finally a school opened up that was reasonably close to me and where I can go and train. So I was like, cool. So this school's open about 6 months before I joined them, and it was, let's just say the owner, his name was Bill. Okay, so Bill owned this Krav Maga school I went to, and I tell you, it was great. I enjoyed it. I learned so much. I mean, stuff today, I've retained so much information. So I mean, that's a testament to what a great instructor, professor that Bill was, and he really did a kick-ass job. They had a great group of guys there, really kick-ass guys. I mean, really supportive, just awesome people. Really not too much different from or anything than what we have at our BJJ schools, right? It's just healthy environment. It was great. So I started learning a lot. The one thing, Bill was a civil servant as well. Okay, this wasn't having the Krav Maga school wasn't his only source of income. So he was a busy guy, and so I guess around a year of him owning the school, and admittedly, I guess he wasn't the best business person in the world either. So he invited in another Krav Maga school owner that had this guy at his school about an hour north of where the area I'm from, that is, and so he invited him in, I guess, because this guy's been in business for a while. That was his really only thing he did, is have his martial arts school, and we're specialized in Krav Maga. So he invited a new owner in. We'll call him, Ted. So he invited Ted in to be his business partner, and right away it seemed evident that these two were clashing. Okay, I guess they have philosophical differences on how it should be taught, and I guess maybe I don't know anything to do with the business end of it, but whatever. The tension was, I mean, for a while it was professional. You could sense it, but it wasn't so bad. It's like, yeah, whatever. Business partners, they have to keep it professional and everything. So, and then it got to a point where they would never be there at the same time. One would be there or the other, whatever. So, but whatever they signed in the contract, I have no idea. Again, guys, one of the things that is, for whatever reason, I'm always the last to know shit, and I never seem up on gossip and stuff like that. I'm always the last to know, like even like middle school gossip. I remember being, oh really? I didn't know that, whatever. So but that's just, I guess, me, and that happens to me now still, within stuff in life. But whatever. So it became really apparent that things that shit had gone south with their relationship. Still though, I was getting a high level of teaching and everything. I mean, it was a little bit of a pain in the ass and everything, but it wasn't like unbearable or anything. So I remained. And a few more months went by. I showed up at school one night, and all the mats were gone, and all the stuff off the walls were gone. The different decorations you have in it, make it look like a martial arts school. So I was like, what the fuck? And so Ted was there, the new guy and everything, and he didn't give me the real details and everything, but he was pretty straight with me and everything, that they had fallen out. Bill, the guy I originally knew, came by, I guess that morning, and him and another guy or whatever, or whoever it was, took all the stuff and basically said, whatever, just fuck it, just have the school. It's like, okay, this is really fucked up, it just, it's the fact that I had to, first off, I guess, find out this way, go in there, it's a cement floor again, I was like, all right. So, but I mean, Ted was, you know, he was like, listen, no, we'll get through this. I'm gonna, you know, purchase new mats. We'll get everything, you know, squared to get the school here. You know, he said, I'm interested in expanding down in this area and get the more of the Tampa market than where he was north of Tampa. So I'm like, all right, whatever, that's cool. It's like, yeah, so just remain training and go from there. And yeah, it seemed like cool. Okay, there wasn't a lot of the people, and most of the people just kind of dispersed too. I didn't see anyone. It was like, okay, it looks like I wonder if they're coming back or not. So, you know, but it was myself and some of the people I knew. But then there were a bunch of new people that came in and stuff. And like, all right, and so I remained. I was still getting a pretty decent level of instruction and everything. And the new folks were commuting down from where they lived an hour each way. The people that he knew from his other school, or him being there. And you know, you kind of get the sense too that he had 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and because yeah, he got some mats in there, but it wasn't like a perfect fit. For instance, he kind of probably just had some mats from his original school or something left over that he just, you know, put in there. No real decorations on there. It just wasn't anything. You know, it wasn't a lot of money. He didn't invest much money in there. You know, Ted, I'm like, okay, so, you know, I guess you got the sense too. He was kind of watching. It's like, should I really keep the school or not? But anyways, hey, I was still training. I was loving it. I really love Krav Maga. I had a great experience learning it and everything. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So trained for a few more months. Eventually, got a phone call from Ted. He's like, listen, Eric, I'm decided that I'm not gonna keep that school open. I'm just gonna focus on, you know, my school, you know, that I've had all along, and that's north of you. So he's like, obviously you're welcome to train there, but I know it's a bit of a hike for you. So, but he's like, you know, feel free to come by and train anytime. Obviously, I won't charge you or anything. You know, just, you know, whenever you have a chance. So I'm like, you know, so whatever. I mean, he was sort of straight with me. I knew it was a messed up situation. So, you know, that was that. So during all this, I had heard that Bill, the original owner, had opened up another school, but you know, I didn't feel like at that point, I was like, man, I don't feel like just, you know, uprooting again and stuff like that and going over to him. So I stuck to that school and everything. So I didn't really think much of it. You know, Bill never reached out to me or anything, say, hey, I opened another school. I'm like, God, they must have some type of agreement saying, you know, hey, if you leave a school, you can't take all the, you know, poach all your old members or something like that. So whatever. So I don't know. So I remember I texted one of my old friends who I knew was at the new school, because he texted me. You know, he's like, yeah, I'm at Bill's new school and everything. And because he was kind of like the web guy. He used to, I trained for free because he did all the, you know, the website maintenance and things like that. So so I figured he was the one. You know, he went over with Bill to that school, you know, for obvious reasons. He was going to, you know, train for free again, just by managing the website and those type of things. So I'm like, cool, all right. Yeah, it's like yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'll come by and everything. So I went to the school, you know, Bill's new school, and like everyone I used to train with at Bill's original school was there. I mean, everyone. You know, it was like, oh, hey guys, how come you're all here? And like, no one, I didn't hear anything. Like, no one told me or anything. So it was just kind of weird, you know. So I remember, I can't remember the excuse. Bill gave me some excuse why he didn't contact me, and you know, these guys were all, you know, the old crew was all kind of together and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So you know, Spencer, man, I'm like, fuck it. I want to train Krav Maga. It's the only place in the area that can do that. So I'm like, fuck it, man, just train. So I did, but I had this certain resentment every day I went there. It was really irritating. It's nothing too bad. I mean, listen, they always treated me right when I was there and stuff together. They were always, you know, nice guys to me and stuff. They're cool. But it was like, I felt kind of fucked over. It was like, man, you guys, what did you do? You recruited all your old you know, members, but you know, you kind of left me, maybe some others too, I'm sure, because it wasn't 100% of everyone, but you know, pretty big crew though. And I was like, okay, interesting. And then it just became a situation too where Bill, for whatever reason, would kind of go out his way to bash Ted, his old business partner and stuff. I was like, you know, what the fuck, man? It's just like, you know, I remember because Ted never did that about Bill, and even after that split, and when he was there literally holding the empty bag, you know, the empty school that is, you know, with nothing in there, no mat and everything. He never bashed him or anything like that, you know. Just he remained as professional as he could in this situation. So, you know, Bill was kind of like just like that and stuff. It's like, what the fuck? That kind of rubbed me the wrong way as well. It's like, you know, why is he doing this? You know, first off, I didn't dislike Ted or anything. He was saying stuff. So I mean, I didn't like Bill. I didn't dislike Bill either. But I don't know. So it really rubbed me the wrong way. And then I finally came to a situation, it's a sucky situation. My shoulder here, I separated my shoulder one night when I was training. I did something, even though I was trained at that time too, do not, when you get taken down, do not have your arm straight and land on it like that, obviously for obvious reasons. If you're going to fall, you know, slap the ground to absorb that energy. It's like most martial arts. I knew better. I for whatever reason, I straight armed it and pow, and blew out my shoulder, and it was bad off. And it was bad off where when I went to my doctor, he was like, dude, there's no way you'd be doing martial art, or you're not doing anything. You're not lifting nothing for months. He's like, you're off. So I went to Bill. I'm like, hey man, I mean, thanks. You know, I'd only been back with him for 3 months or so, 4 months. I'm like, dude, I can't train, man. My doctor, he knew I was hurt. You know, for sure. I knew he saw when it happened and everything, so he didn't question me or anything like that, which is cool of him. So, and he was cool enough too, and professional enough. He's like, listen, I'll let you out of your contract, and for now, and just when you feel better, come back. I'm like, all right, cool. So in the 6 months or so I was gone from Krav Maga, man, I had time to think, you know, and stuff. And I tell you, it never sat well with me, that whole ordeal that went down and everything, and just, you know, not being, I guess, informed by him that he had opened a new school. When I did see him, he was bashing his old business partner, where Ted didn't do that same kind of shit and everything. So the whole point of this, guys, listen, our schools are a place to escape the bullshit in our lives, you know what I mean? There's a lot. There's that I'm sure everyone has. I'm not an exception. You know, whether it be your bullshit you have at work, you know, family life, you know, hell, man, maybe you're some teenagers from a house that's a fucked up situation, and you know, it's a place for you to escape. You know, you want it to be a healthy environment. You want to be around positive people. You want to be around professional people. And so what I thought in that time of thinking, I'm like, you know what? As much as I love Krav Maga and I wanted to continue training it, it wasn't. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, man. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And that's how I found Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I knew where the school was. It was actually close to the Krav Maga school I just left. I just got out of the contract, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't I give that a shot instead? And hence, you know, here I am. I've been doing this. I'm approaching my, I guess, 5th year this summer in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I tell you, it was the best decision I made. As much as I hated giving up Krav Maga, it's like I love Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu is my favorite sport I've had since football. And football, I mean, it's no longer my favorite sport. Okay, you know, I loved it when I played it and so forth. It was the greatest, and it was such a great outlet for me. It was a healthy outlet for me, and I even had that since BJJ. I didn't have that. I mean, I finally had that again with BJJ, and it's been great. And the whole thing is, guys, I'm not trying to say this is like, you know, Krav Maga and this is the typical situation I had in BJJ. Obviously, there's fucked up BJJ schools. I'm sure there's great Krav Maga schools as well. You know, it's it's just it just so happened to be the situation I'm in. But the point is, it's where I'm at now. It's a professional situation. You know, for the most part, there's a lot of goofing around like any other place, but whatever. But at the same time, if something serious comes up, it's handled. It's handled right away, and it's done. Okay, and it's done with the level of professionalism, and it moves on. There's no bullshit. There's no, you know, like that. It's like this stupid gossipy shit. Like, you know, let's face it, man. Kind of dicking over one of the old members that he had at his school, but not letting him know, you know, whatever, that I could have gone over to his school or something, right? And he just blew me off. Just fucking left me with a gym with fucking cement floor. That's all he did, man. He took off on me, just basically me being a paying customer, and left me a cement floor, and just kind of like, no, what the fuck. So, but the thing is, guys, if I ever have a situation like that, it's the most important thing for me to be is in a good environment. Okay, I pay money to do this, to be in a good, healthy environment, and that's the most important thing to me. Obviously, I love training BJJ, but let's face it, if all of a sudden my school goes crazy and then it becomes an unhealthy environment, and if there's no other BJJ school around anywhere, I mean, I'll just find a different martial art to go do, because that's the most important thing to me. I just want to be in a place I feel comfortable, in a place where I can go and just let my daily stresses just dissipate, you know. So that's the whole point of this, guys. Find a good, healthy place to train. And I just wanted to share that story. I haven't really thought about it in some time. So, and you know, if anyone's in a messed up situation like that, you know, hey, you're not alone, man. It doesn't have to be that way. That's the most important thing to know. It does not have to be that way. Find some place healthy to be. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. As always, guys, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. We'll talk to you soon. Ooosss.